The question that everybody's going to be asking this entire NBA offseason, this entire summer, until he makes his decision, has LeBron James played his last game of NBA basketball, or is it just his last game with the Los Angeles Lakers? I think those are great questions. I'm gonna anyway. He's 20. What? He's 23 seasons in the league. 41 years old. Nobody knows the answer except LeBron. Maybe Bronny and Savannah and the family. Um, I don't. I don't know. I really don't know if LeBron decides to come back and play another season or signs a 2-year contract somewhere to make it 25 years. Let's say LeBron's like, you know what, 25 years. I don't think it would be with the Los Angeles Lakers. And I also think if LeBron does continue to play, another year or another 2 years, it'll be the same role that he's playing with the Lakers. He's not going to be the number one option. All season, he's kind of been the third option. It's been Luka, it's been Austin Reeves, and it's been LeBron. He's kind of been taking a step. He still averaged 20 points per game, don't get it twisted, but he's kind of taken a step back from being LeBron James, the greatest basketball player of all time that we know. He'd have to take a step back. I would love to see him on Cleveland, though. I don't know what's going to happen with Cleveland this year. I know they just tied up the series, last night? 2-2 on the series. If they could pull it off and win this series, and they'll go against the Knicks, which I think they'll lose to the Knicks. I think the Knicks are the powerhouse in the East. They could use a guy like LeBron. Like, imagine Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, LeBron James, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Like, imagine that lineup. Oh my God, can you imagine that? That's a solid lineup. That's a solid starting five. And he'd probably just be the third option, maybe fourth option. You know what I mean? Maybe even the fourth option. That's where I think his career is if he continues. Does he want to do that, though? You know what I mean? He's put in all this time, all these miles on his body, all these years in the NBA. Does he want to continue to be an option and sit back? I think my PC just made a notification. My apologies. Does he want to continue to sit back, or does he want to go somewhere and try to be LeBron again? Like, what team? Like the Jazz, maybe? The Sacramento Kings. Like, those are teams that he'd have to go to be the number one guy, but I don't think that's what he wants to do anymore. It would suck to see this be his last season. It would suck to see last night as his last game, or this series against OKC as his last series in the NBA getting swept. And there's also another question that's rolling around. Was LeBron James' era with the Los Angeles Lakers bad? I guess that's not the right term for it. Or was it a failure? Failure is the right term. Was LeBron's era with the Los Angeles Lakers a failure? And I kind of wanted to look. He's obviously had. The Lakers obviously have dealt with some things like injuries from AD. Obviously the injury with Luka this year. LeBron's also, when he first went to the Lakers, he wasn't on a good team. Like, that was a team that didn't even make the playoffs. I wanted to see his Lakers playoff history. Let's see if we can find their playoff history from when LeBron was there. All right, we got something. Shout out basketball. RealGM.com, my go-to. We use this when we talked about is Jokic a fraud? People did not like that video, by the way. I never said Jokic was a fraud, by the way. It was more just a question that you can ask. All right, so when did LeBron join? I think it was 2018, 2019. So he made the playoffs 2019, 2020. Was this the I think this was the website we used. So they beat the Trailblazers. So this is when they went to. This is when they went to the NBA Finals. Yeah, I low-key forgot that the Heat went to the NBA Finals in 2020 and then went again in 2023. Shout out to Miami Heat. They had a couple runs with playoff Jimmy. So they went to the finals. Maybe he joined in 2017. Nah, it can't be. What year did LeBron join the Lakers? Because that was the bubble year, right? I feel like we're off timeline here. 2018. So, yeah, they missed the playoffs and won the finals. And then since then, 2020 to 2021, they lost in the playoffs first round. Next year, they didn't even make the playoffs. The year after that, they got to the Western Conference Finals where they got swept by the Nuggets. And then first round exit, and then obviously got swept by the Thunder. I'm going to say I'm going to say no. I'm going to say his era wasn't a failure because he did win a championship. I don't care what people say, oh, it was the bubble year. That championship doesn't count. That championship is fraud. Mickey Mouse. It's a championship. And honestly, hella NBA players have come out and say that was the hardest year to play basketball because there was no crowd. There was no crowd momentum. It didn't feel like there was home court advantage. So it was kind of just like, the best of the best playing in like a gym or something like that. So I'm not going to say that it was a failure with the Los Angeles Lakers because he's 41, bro. Like, what else he got to do? 23 years in the league. Well, that's the longest tenured of all time. Like, it has to be. Longest tenure in the NBA. Yeah, LeBron James holds a record for the longest NBA tenure, having begun his 23rd season, surpassing the previous record of 22 held by Vince Carter. And we know what Vince Carter was looking like his last 3 seasons or so. You know what I mean? It wasn't putting up 20 like LeBron was. Let's look at. I kind of want to look at LeBron's stats. Wow. We talk about this. So let's go. So he joined the Lakers. He averaged 27, 8 and 8. His championship year, he averaged 25, 7 and 10. 10 assists. My gosh, shout out LeBron. 25, 7 and 7, 30, 6 and 3. 30 points per game in 2021. I think they missed the playoffs that year though, unfortunately, but 30 fucking points. Are you kidding me? 29, 6 and 8, 25, 7 and 8, 24, 7 and 8, 26 and 1. And you know what's, we also have to keep this in mind. The reason we're even having this conversation, oh my God, was LeBron at the age of fucking 40 or 38 or 39, was it a failure? Is because it's LeBron James, bro. Like, people are going to sit here and say, oh my God, LeBron isn't the greatest basketball player of all time, but when he's 40 years old, we're still going to hold him to the standard of a prime LeBron James at 23, 25, 28, 30 even. And we're going to still hold him to that standard. Can't hold LeBron to that standard at 40 years old. So now I'm going to answer that question. No, LeBron's stint with the Lakers wasn't a waste. And they got Luka. I mean, their future is pretty set up if Luka can stay healthy and then get him a counterpart, which they do have Austin Reeves, but he's going to need a paycheck pretty soon. So yeah, was this the last time that we seen LeBron out on the court? It'd be upsetting if it was, but it's also like this era's coming to an end. You know what I mean? Like, LeBron's already past that era. LeBron's era is already gone. Okay, we're getting to the end of the Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, James Harden era. LeBron's era is already past, and for some reason he's still fucking here. Okay, he's still here, averaging 20 points per game. But y'all, let me know in the comments. Do you think LeBron is done? Also, do you think his era with the Los Angeles Lakers was a failure, and will there ever be anybody like LeBron again? Let me know in the comments.